Whenever I see a rabbit on TV or in a movie, I think of the memory of that day. When I was a child in primary school, I often ran to the small woods behind the village to play after finishing my homework. It sounds good to say that it is running exercise, but in fact, it is just playing around. As usual, after finishing my homework that day, I went to the small woods for a stroll. I spotted a fast-moving white object with large rabbit-like ears in the distance. When I got closer, I found that it was a white object wearing a hat. I was surprised, and for some reason, I felt terrified. So I hid and watched him chasing a man. The man ahead was running desperately. I was confused by the scene. The man in the rabbit mask quickly caught the fleeing man, knocked him down, and strangled him. My heart raced as I saw all this. The man took out a bottle of spray from his trouser pocket and sprayed it on the man. Soon the man on the ground was the rabbit. Man said, "I'm going to start." And then he bent down and began to eat the man's body. I heard a terrifying sound. The man, awakened by the severe pain, began to bite with a heart-wrenching sound. Seeing this, I immediately took out the phone and called the police. With trembling hands, I firmly told him that I did, but the person on the other end of the phone asked me, "Are you saying that you saw a person wearing a rabbit mask eating a human being?" I explained the situation to the police in a low voice. The person on the phone actually laughed and thought it was a child's nonsense. But when he heard the man's heart-wrenching screams of pain on the phone, he began to feel that things were not simple. Shortly after, the police arrived and quickly arrested the rabbit man. The man lying on the ground was still breathing heavily and in pain. His body was gnawed all over, and his skin and flesh were torn apart. Bones. The police arranged for someone to send him to the hospital. When the rabbit man was taken to the car, he was still shouting to me, "It's your turn next then." The police immediately searched the rabbit man's house. Not only it was food, even furniture and toys were eaten. All the items in the house were sprayed orange and yellow. It seemed that the rabbit man wanted to turn everything into the color of carrots and then eat them. The man attacked by the rabbit man died of his injuries after being sent to the hospital. The rabbit man was also imprisoned for life, not allowed to wear rabbit masks. That person actually pulled his ears into the shape of rabbit ears. I don't know why he always believes that he is a rabbit. The psychologist's judgment is that when he was a child, he was abused by his parents and experienced great trauma. Once he killed the pet rabbit that his parents bought for him, and then he began to think of himself as a rabbit. Since then, I have been having the same nightmare. In the dream, my skin is orange, yellow, and the rabbit man always inexplicable. It magically appeared beside me and gnawed at me. Every time I woke up, I was covered in cold sweat. I don't know how to erase this horrible memory. Even now, when I think of this incident, my body trembles uncontrollably.